Ta-da! So as promised, today I'm going to tell you 10 reasons why you may want to go back to a dream you've already had. So I just wrote my little notes here not to forget any of them. I'm not going to give you them in any particular order, so the number one is not like the top most frequent reason. Those are just 10 reasons. Actually, there may be thousands of reasons why someone will want to go or need to go back to a dream, a particular dream. But I'm just going to give you 10 of them, and then you can, complete the list if you like by putting it in the comments, or let me know if you've already done this in the past, or if this is something you are interested in doing or learning more about. So the first reason is simply because, and I've mentioned that already a little bit in the other video, is because you want to go back and explore or relive the dream. There may be something that you missed, that you didn't quite understand, like details that you want to go back and fetch and look at, snoop around to kind of rediscover the dream and discover the details you may have missed the first time. So the second reason is that so I mixed the one and the two. So the first reason will be that you're returning to the dream to relive, to have the same experience over again. It's just like having a movie and watching the movie over and over and again, having the same experience over again. And then the second reason is for you to look at different details that you missed. Like, for example, if there was something written that you didn't read the first time, you have the opportunity to go back and read it. I will say, just be careful. Sometimes it can happen that whatever you read starts changing. So the third time, the fifth time, depending on what else you're modifying as you're going in the dream and doing. So just be careful about that. And that's why it's good if you are somebody who can remember your dreams and can remember those details. It's good for you if you do that, to write them as soon as you're awake, to write everything down, so that in the next time you do this, you can actually notice those things. Because it can take you a while and say, I've become this dream and I know that this was written all the time there. But if you don't have that as a written down somewhere, it's going to be very hard for you to even notice that something is changing. Even notice if you go back in the dream and change certain things to see the different outcomes. Don't rely just on your memories, otherwise you won't even have like an objective way of documenting your progress or documenting the changes you're causing within your dream. Okay. Number 3, I've mentioned in the other video, is that you may want to go back just because you couldn't finish it. Something interrupted you, people woke you up, something woke you up, so now you may go back and be able to finish and see how the dream is ending. And this is related to number 4, because number 4 is about going back and changing the end of the dream, changing how the dream went. Okay, maybe you actually finished the dream, but you're not satisfied with the outcome. You didn't like how it happened. Maybe you were too scared in the dream, and the dream finishes with you being really, really scared. So now, when you thought about it, you process that, you want to go back with a different attitude, a non-defeated attitude, an attitude to conquer it all, so that when you go back to the dream, the outcome is going to be completely different, because your mindset and your perspective are also different. Number 5, it's a little bit tricky. It's more for people who are advanced. Okay, when you go back to your dreams, we have the ability sometimes to carry things that we have in the dream, to carry it in our reality, in our real life, in our waking state. And that can be two things. It could be material things, like taking something from the dream that's material, like a pen, a note, whatever it is, and bringing it back with you in your reality. Okay, and of course, the more advanced you are and the larger the thing that you can bring in. So if you're new to this and you're just starting up, just start with something small, like a pen, like a little piece of paper or a stone, something like that, something that won't ask so much of you. And then the other thing is that you can bring back ideas, thoughts, energies, all kind of things from there to here. So that's one of the reasons that you may want to go back to a dream, to make sure to bring back something that you may need. And of course, when you do that, it creates some changes. It can create some ripple. That's why I say just start with something that's small, something that's maybe insignificant, at least insignificant to you. Because sometimes when you do that, then when you go back to the dream to return whatever you brought, you may see that things have changed. So it's interesting, and it's important to document that, and make sure if you borrow anything there to bring it back, to take it back there, so you prevent or avoid any major ripple that you wouldn't be able to deal with. And yeah, reason number 6 may be that you need to return to the dream because you've been told to return to that specific dream. And maybe an ancestor called on you, maybe they told you that the information that you need for whatever you're facing right now is in that dream. So it may be an opportunity for you to go back and actually review the dream to see what was the element that you were sent there to get. So number 7 is just that you had an amazing experience and you want to go back and relive that same experience. So you're not looking at the situation, you are actually reliving the exact experience. So it's very different from number 1, where you're going back just to look at it again, like watching a movie. And here number 7, you're actually going within yourself and going to relive that. This is exactly what I was talking about in the video talking about returning to dreams. Now in number 8 is that number 8, I've mentioned it a little bit in the other video, is this like you will go back because there was something that was said but you didn't quite get it. It may have been from anyone from the within the dream, within the situation. It may be a specific person, but you're just going back because you didn't understand or you didn't get it. Maybe the person was speaking in a different language, so maybe now you went and you figured out what language it was. So you want to go back now to make sure that the words that you heard are exactly that. You know, if you don't speak German, for example, you may hear in a dream somebody speaking German and you may not put 2 and 2 together until you are, you know that it is German actually. So it would be good for you to go back and actually get the words so that you can, you know, look at it, look them up on internet to know what they mean. It could be German, it could be Russian, it could be any language. And just a parenthesis in terms of languages. Sometimes in your dreams you may find beings talking to different people who speak different languages, and within the dreams you, even though you don't know those languages, you are able to clearly understand what they're saying to you, just because it's going to be an energetic level. But sometimes the person may be speaking to you and you just don't understand, and that may be also when you're a beginner, when you're not fully on that energetic level. You're more still on the mundane, very much grounded here. So in the dream state, if you're still very grounded, you may just be not understanding what the person is saying to you. But that with time can completely disappear. You can get to a point where you're seeing your grandparents who spoke a different language that you don't know, but you still understand clearly what they want from you, what they're telling you. So that's not something that you should see as an impediment. It's just something that you see that, you know, as a stepping stone. Okay, and then number 9 is that you've had the dream, you kind of have an interpretation of what it means, or maybe somebody offered you an interpretation or helped you interpret the dreams, but you're still not quite satisfied with that information. You're still not quite thinking that this is actually what the dreams means. So you may want to go back to be able to have a better interpretation of the dream. And lastly, number 10, this is more of a woo-woo side. Number 10 is more because you're going back to the dream because you feel that there was something hidden there. It could be a person, it could be a thing, but there was something there that you felt there was something hiding there. Maybe you felt that the person that was in the dream wasn't the person in the dream, and you need just to go back to make sure that was the case, or to snoop around and figure it out. So here you have it, 10 different reasons why somebody may want to go back in the same dream. Some people also just enjoy doing the same dream over and over and over and again. It may be pleasant, especially for example, if you had a bad breakup or a good breakup, or you decide to break up with somebody. You don't need to go and persecute them, or stalk them. Just go and relive the same dream whenever you need to. So you're not bothering anybody, you're just within your own self and doing that. There may be tons and tons of reasons that people are now doing dreams. You went to a concert, you're reliving the concert in your dreams, and you're just enjoying that. You know, no need to pay somebody, no need to, you know, nag your friends about going back or going to see again. You can just do it on your own. So the possibilities are literally endless. And I'm sure more of you can come up with other reasons why it would be something very relevant and pertinent to do. I hope you're doing well, and I will just see you in the next video. Bye bye.